I've been making a few new things as we go into a bunch of craft fairs that I signed up for. This year I feel like I'm building up a little bit more dread than excitement because this year has just been so underwhelming that I'm not really sure what to expect. I have a few new stickers. I'm trying pop-up cards because somebody asked me to. A lot of people are really good at branding and I'm very not good at branding. Like my art is very kind of cohesive and matches each other, but my display and how I show my art is just kind of like all over the place. So I'm going a little bit more for maybe like a forest floor kind of vibe to it, staining all of my woods the same color, like greens instead of grays. Yeah, so like the first craft fair I'm doing, I was invited to. It will be very difficult to get there. I just feel a lot of nervousness and dread for what might happen, what might not happen. Ooh, I was also invited to be like a demo artist at a family day, like craft day, kind of like show what I do and answer questions and talk to kids and stuff. So that's something that I've never done before, so that's kind of exciting. I think I'm not really worried about that, but it will be, I think that one would be fun. Oh, I also decided to give Mixam a try. They're not special like fine art prints. I do have a local printer that I go to, but I didn't really want to go through the emailing and the quotes. I just kind of wanted to try something that was, you can just do online. Got some random pictures. This one, I wanted to get this one back because it used to be a favorite. This is their heaviest cardstock. I think it's about the same as what I normally get. It's fine, thick. One thing to note is that there are a couple of extra copies of each picture. It's kind of like Cat Print, they'll send you extras. Sarah Print the stickers. I got a bunch extra actually. Ordering locally, it is a little bit less because I don't have to pay for shipping, but they almost always just give me exactly this print that I got done locally that is missing like a chunk of the picture, and there are no extras, so this is like a wasted print that I paid for. Advantage to ordering online, I think, is that they really don't want to deal with that, so they'll send extras, and I appreciate that. So we're getting to the end of November, and I just want to do a quick shout out to anyone who came to visit me at any of the craft fairs lately. Thanks for coming to see me. The craft fairs this month have been out of this world. Like, I think for most people, it was kind of whatever. But for me and what I'm experienced with, I've had like weekends that were just so intense. So they were buying original pieces like it was a carton of eggs. Like, I've never experienced that kind of response in the local communities for art things and craft things. And it was just so exciting and fun. But as a result, I was just so busy trying to like make stuff, replenish stuff. I abandoned YouTube, even though it doesn't really matter. But anyway, that's what I've been doing, is just production stuff. And one of the things that I get to do this weekend for the first time is I'm going to be a demo artist. I'm a little nervous about it because I don't really know how to be a demo artist. Someone said the most helpful thing that they've done is to make a painting that's sort of blocked off and you see the individual layers where like 1 is the start, 2 is like partially done, 3 is like half done, and the 4th is like the finished piece. And so I'm trying to do that. I really messed myself up by picking something that was a dark color. I feel has just made this very frustrating. I can't really retain much detail or go much farther, but I'm not gonna be able to add much detail to the mountains and trees at this point because it's so oversaturated and overworked. You know, if I had done something lighter, maybe foresty with different like colors and things instead of something that's really dim, like a sunset painting, because every time I try to do sunset painting, it's kind of a disaster. I'm trying this Artist Loft watercolor paper. I wanted to have something like the demo table. Maybe I can have a section where people can try watercolor. And also I found another person who was willing to partner with me, and maybe we'll have a art show on the beach next year, maybe, if we're chosen. I would do watercolor exploration weekend, maybe an art journaling weekend, and maybe a ATC making and trading weekend. I thought things that I think that anyone can kind of do well on their first try. Look at the size of this sketchbook. I have to like dig around to find these. Someone had like put it in a corner somewhere and like piled a bunch of stuff on top of it. It was almost like someone was hiding it from me, but I found it. But like, can you imagine? This is 16 inches wide by 11 inches. But I usually just use it to tear out the paper and fold it and make into booklets and stuff. I don't actually draw this big, but just like imagine if you were to have drawing something that big. I also completely forgot about this. But yeah, there's 3 sheets in here, and I'm thinking like I could make a couple of packs of holographic paper stickers. But this is cool. I can't wait to try that. So here's my sort of demo. You can see where I was taping off edges and it left some tape residue, which is frustrating. There's not as much transitional differences here. Because it was so big, I was kind of doing it in sections and just doing the sections longer, which there's a little discrepancy between these 2 stages. But like the sky, I like the mountain. That's pretty much it. I like the mountain stages, because then as soon as I got to the darker parts, I'm struggling to add any kind of difference or detail to it, because it got really overworked, adding the little layers and things, adding a little bit more cloud. So I feel like the sky section went okay, and then it just kind of got like messy down here. So the next time I do a demo or related kind of class, I think I'll make a new one. It's happening tomorrow, so I'm just gonna have to take this or take nothing, honestly, but I'll take this.